Hello everybody, and welcome to Andrew Broussard Watercolors. Today, we're experimenting with glazing over oil paintings. So here, I have an oil painting that's 5 by 7. I most likely used a sap green and a red ochre to mix this and painted it. And I was just going through my pile of kind of just paintings in process and found this one. So it's a painting from a while back that I haven't done anything with. So we're going to kind of play around with it and glaze over it. It's on the Centurion LX. This is the Universal Primed Linen Painting Panel by Creative Mark. I got this off of Jerry's Artorama. So what we're going to do with this one's a mixture that I've played with before, and it's a lot of fun. Alizarin crimson and Phthalo green. I'm not really sure the pronunciation of that. I heard somebody pronounce it differently in a video recently, so not sure. But regardless, I'm going to mix a super mixture. I'm going to apply it over this painting. I took a before picture right before I did this, and I'm going to apply it thick and heavy. And then I'm going to wipe back. The alizarin and the ultramarine make a really nice, interesting dark. And that's kind of my goal here. And it's going to totally change the feel of everything going on in this painting. Medium-wise, I'm using Galkyd. Galkyd, I believe, is a resin-based, and it's mixed with, I believe, the Gamsol, which is the odorless mineral spirits by Gamblin. You can use other mediums for this type of like glazing. This is the one that just works for me. I think people use liquid or linseed oil, other things. I'm not an expert by any means at any stretch of the imagination when it comes to oil painting. So your best bet, if you have questions about those type of things, I would say look online, but the forums are just like filled with, information, and sometimes contradicting, sometimes arguing information about like glazing and the mediums and whatnot. It may help just to contact the company directly. So far, I found that Gamblin and the Williamsburg companies have been very helpful and informative. That's not saying anything negative about the other companies. I just haven't reached out to any other ones. I'm sure Winsor and Newton will be able to help out quite a bit. I think Old Holland has their mediums as well, and probably Gumbacher, I believe. Gumbacher, I'm not sure. Anyway, so I just completely covered this, and now I'm going to kind of smooth it out a little bit and find my original painting. So I'm just taking a shop rag, which I'll dispose of properly. I have a jug of water that I put these rags in. And this technique I had seen in a YouTube video way while back, so I don't remember the guy's name, so I can't reference it. But I know there is different types of glazing. But in his glazing video, he had took a heavy load of ultramarine mixed in the medium and applied it and rediscovered his painting. There are kind of like localized scrubbing in of color and layers that people will do. Let's put our light in here. And I think we'll do that down the line with other paintings. So we'll just kind of start going through stuff. Gonna let it gradiate in tonal value as it comes out. I can see that trunk that I have there. But you can see right off the bat how different just that glaze alone changes things. There's a lot of different colors on the market that you can glaze with. You could just do in the sky. or then over the trees, etc. And it's just it's really what makes oil painting unique. In college, we never did any glazing, so I never really learned the proper way for it. We had focused a lot on the application of color, you know, side by side and whatnot. Pull out the highlights of the sky here on the other side of the tree. Yeah, so we had experimented with that. But I had gotten my degrees in math and physics, so the painting and the drawing classes, they were all on the side, but they were still at, you know, college classes. And I'm certified to teach art, but I never learned how to glaze. And then as I would research oil painting recently again, because it was about a 10-year hiatus that I took from oil painting and art in general. Some of the techniques I'd read about, like what's called oiling out, which I think is traditionally linseed oil and maybe mineral spirit, something like that, that you put to kind of add a little vibrancy onto a painting as you were about to go back into it. Anyway, so you might have heard the word oiling out. I remember one time that I guess my professor was essentially telling us that technique without calling it that, where we were trying to, if we wanted to feel like we were painting wet and wet again on oil paint. Anywho, that was a kind of a long story that really didn't have much of a point to it. Apologize. I'm gonna get these dark corners. I had painted it when it was upright, but since I'm filming, it's sitting down. And I'm just kind of gently rediscovering that image that was there. I could pull it back just a little bit like this, or I could pull it back a whole bunch. I could take other colors and come in with it. I could probably paint in spots and then let it dry and glaze again. Or I could leave this and dry and glaze again. Not quite sure what I'll do with it. But hopefully the point's being driven across that you can do quite a change with taking a medium and applying a transparent pigment and wiping back. And use our Q-tip to really scrub back. I'm just going to soften that. At this end of the video, I'll kind of put it so it has a before and after so you can compare the two and see the change. And I want to leave the change pretty drastic so you can see the difference, but it's very fun. You can take it as far as you want to go with it. This probably only like 8 minutes into this. I'm not really sure how far we're into this video, but you could then let it sit on the side for a few days, let it dry, come back to it, and just really explore and have fun. Or you could spend hours localizing, glazing, and whatnot, playing around with it, letting it dry, and slowly building up that glow. It's just the beauty of oil paint. But I think we'll leave this one here. Please like, subscribe, follow. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I also have a Patreon linked down below if you ever want to support this channel. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day.